Hello everybody. Today I'm going to be showing you how I make this little bellflower. You could also, it's kind of like a lily of the valley, so whatever you really wanted to call it is fine. I'll be calling it a bellflower, I think. But it is a light cover, and I thought that just looks so adorable, especially with the lights off. Let me show you. So it's still daytime, but this is what they look like when it's just all kind of dark. And I thought this would be very adorable, especially for like a wedding or something. So I just wanted to show you guys how I make these. I think they're really fun and adorable. So let's get into it. Okay, so this pattern is very beginner friendly, and I am using a 5.5 millimeter crochet hook, and I'm also just using a 4-ply worsted weight yarn. It has these sparkles in it, so I thought that that would make the lights or the light cover flowers just look so much better, just a pretty little sparkle embellishment on it. So let's get into it. You basically are going to start with a magic ring. So you're going to wrap the yarn around just like this, and I put the X right there so I can hold it with my thumb. And then I take my hook and I go under and over and I pull that second one through just like this. And what used to confuse me is this is the one going off to the left, right? And this is what you usually crochet with, but obviously this is the end and that's not going to work. And one day it just went off like a light bulb and clicked inside my head to just grab this and pull it over. And I don't know what it was that was preventing me from getting that, but finally one day it clicked. So hopefully that's the case for you guys. So you're basically just going to start off with 6 single crochets into this magic ring right here. Okay, and once you have your 6 single crochets, you are going to pull this, but you're not going to pull it all the way. Okay, you're going to leave a little bit of a circle in here. And that's why I also just want to let you know that if you don't know how to do the magic ring and you wanted to do a chain of 5 and then crochet into that, that will also work because we are going to leave this hole open a little bit for the lights to pop through. So don't even be worried if you can't do the magic ring. Okay, so how I like to slip stitch now is I go backwards into that first single crochet right there and I put my hook through just like that. And then I'm going to grab the loop nice and tight, and then I'm going to pull that through. I feel like that gives it much more of a seamless look in front. Much better. So now we're going to chain up 1, and for round 2 we're going to do an increase round. So we are going to do an increase into every stitch. So that's 2 single crochets into every stitch around for a total of 12 when you get done. Make sure that you have 12. 11, 12. This one is right there. Okay. So I'm going to go back into that first stitch from behind, like I said. Make sure you're not skipping it because the first one can be a little bit tough to get into. And if you want to slip stitch the other way or work in the round, you are more than welcome to. There's no like right or wrong way to do this. It's not that big of a deal. And like I said, it can be a little difficult to get it in. I thought I had it there. There we go. Okay. So I'm going ahead and pull this through just like this. If I can get my finger around there, there we go. Just like that. And I feel like it just gives it more of a seamless look. And so for round 3 is another increase round. So we're going to start off with, I always do a chain 1 right there, and then do your first single crochet into that first stitch, and then in the next stitch we're going to do 2. And you're going to repeat this all the way around, doing 1 and then 2 into the next. And by the end of this round, you should have 18. Am I pulling my tablecloth down? There we go. Okay. So when you're done with this round, go ahead and check and double check that you have 18. 17, 18. This one right there is number 18, even though it's kind of small. Okay, so go ahead and slip stitch into that first stitch, making sure not to skip any. Get it nice. And now for rounds 4 through 8, we are just going to be doing one single crochet into each stitch around, slip stitching just like I showed you. So if you want to use a stitch marker right here, you absolutely could. And I would be putting it into the front of that first stitch so that you know which round was round 4. If you have a hard time counting rounds, that's a good place to do it. So go ahead and actually kind of makes it easier too for when you want to slip stitch at the end of the round, you know exactly where the first stitch is. So go ahead and do rounds 4 through 8, one stitch in every single round, and I will meet you back at the end of round 8. Okay, so I have now reached round 8. You can tell 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I'm going to go ahead and take out this stitch marker. Don't need it. And for this round, we are going to start with a chain of 5. And then for the most part, or for this round at least, we're going to pretend like this first stitch doesn't even exist because it is so tight, we can get away with that. So we're going to skip the first 3 stitches. If you're including this little one, it's really close, right? So 1, 2, 3, and we're going to slip stitch into the 4th. Okay. Now we're going to chain 5 again. And then you're going to skip the next 2 stitches and you're going to slip stitch into the 3rd. Okay. Chain 5. And you're going to slip stitch into the 3rd stitch. So you're going to skip these 2, slip stitch into the 3rd. Do that again. And then you're going to skip 2 and go into the 3rd. Do it again. Right there. And this way, because we skipped that first one, it's going to come out much more even. So technically you're going to be doing that 6 times around. We're going to slip stitch into that first stitch again. Okay. And so I feel like that just makes it come out way more even than you would have if you hadn't skipped that first stitch right here. It still looks fine. Like, I don't think it's an issue. It's only because if I hadn't, then we would have slip stitched right here and these 2 ends would have been kind of far away and it wouldn't have looked right. So let's go ahead and continue. And for round 10, we are going to slip stitch into this big hole right here. So just go ahead and slip stitch like normal and from the front. And then you're going to chain 1, and then you're going to do 5 single crochets inside the hole. Just like that. And then you're going to go straight into the next hole. You're going to do a slip stitch, chain your 1 to bring up to the length, and then do another 5 single crochets. And you're going to do this all the way around. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, that's 6. Okay. So go ahead and do that all the way around. 5 single crochets, just slip stitch into the next hole, chain your 1 up, and then do your 5 single crochets. And then I will meet you all the way at the end and show you how to connect it. Okay, so now once we have reached the end of our flower on the outside, we are going to turn it over and go put our hook through the hole, grab this loop, and you're going to pull it around right there, give a little bit of a length so that it's not squished together, you know. And then I chain 1 to secure it, give it a little snip, got my scissors, and then pull that through. Nice and tight. Okay, so now I guess I didn't really mention that you're going to need the darning needle, but I feel like it's kind of self-explanatory to get rid of the ends right here. So I'm just going to take this and I'm just going to go through every single crochet into this hole that we did right here, through the backs of them, right like that. And then I might even go around the first one right here and go back. That's usually how I like to secure my stuff. I'm just going to pull back through like that, not too tight because I don't want to mess up the flower. And then pull it inside out And we are going to deal with the center part so that we can get it around the light. So you're going to want to leave this open a little bit, even though you need to sew this string in. So when you do sew this in and you go around, I just wouldn't do it that tight. So just pull it through because we just want this string right here to be secure. We don't want this hole closed. So just go through a couple stitches, keeping that hole right there. Don't pull it super tight. And then I would just give it a little snip. Okay. All right, let's go put it on our light and see how it works. Okay, this is in my closet. This is where I do my tutorials. This light is still on, believe it or not. That's so crazy. It's on, but it wasn't showing as on in the video. Anyways, so we have the hole right here, and I'm just going to stick this little Christmas light right through it. And you might have to bend it backwards just a little bit to get it to pop through. See, maybe even I did a little bit tight. No, that's good. There we go. See, popped it through. I'm just going to pull this over and look at that. Look how adorable that is. Let me take this off of here. You guys can see how all of these are on there. And honestly, I think I will have these at my wedding because I absolutely just love how it looks. I love how these look. So yeah, that's the one we just did. And I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial and make yourself a little nightlight. It's adorable. Thanks for watching and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.